Welcome to my Wednesday ramblings. This weekend we're preparing for the sixth and final week of the message series, Preparing for the Kingdom. We'll start a new series next weekend, or at least the weekend following this weekend, and it's going to be called What Will It Cost? That's a fairly challenging thing because we've been talking about some of the things we've had to give up, and perhaps that might be partially a cost. But the next series we'll be looking at, what does it really mean? What does it really mean to prepare for the kingdom? So this weekend we're going to look at the final step in this journey. And the final step in this journey is to have some humility. Patrick Lencioni, a writer of leadership books and management books, has a book called The Ideal Team Player. And in that he says that there are three things that suggest the person will be an ideal team player. One is that they're hungry, one is they're smart, but firstly that they're humble. And we sometimes have a distorted view of what it means to be humble. We almost feel as if it means that we don't acknowledge or accept that we do have gifts and talents, that we have capacity to do things. But the humble that Lencioni is talking about, and which Jesus is talking about, is the willingness to accept that sometimes others may have greater skills than we do. It doesn't mean to say our skills aren't important, but somebody might be better. But the humble person is the one who acknowledges and recognizes and in fact celebrates somebody else's good fortune. So in the gospel, Jesus warns people about putting themselves first, because there may be somebody even greater who comes to the wedding feast. And he reminds us again that sometimes the last will be first and the first will be last. But humility is really about recognizing others and appreciating them. And that can be a challenge, especially in parish communities, where we sometimes think that I have the answer, and that I am the only one who knows what is best. And yet we also know that there are many people who have gifts and talents and the ability to see things in a much clearer fashion than we might. So this weekend, preparing for the kingdom means looking at the gifts of others and being prepared to accept them, to welcome them, to be able to walk with them and use them, and to celebrate them, and to recognize that I don't always have all of the things that are necessary to make a good parish work. Hopefully you'll join me at some stage over the weekend, either via podcast, via YouTube, or whatever way you find me. But I'd like to hope that this weekend you too might be challenged to think whether you're humble, hungry and smart when you're a team player in your parish community. Have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next time on my Wednesday ramblings.